guys, it's Graham. A big good morning from Lisbon, Portugal, and in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all what I carry with me when I'm au pairing, all the stuff that is in my luggage. And today, actually in about 5 hours, I'm going to be flying back to the US to end my au pair stay in Iberia. Who knows what's going to happen next in the Iberian Peninsula. So this video is actually a suggestion from Nayeli Rodriguez, I think I said that right, off of Instagram. She sent me this suggestion earlier this week, and I thought this would be the perfect time to do it as I have all my crap here together, getting ready to go. So I am gonna show you guys exactly what I have, and we're gonna take it literally piece by piece to show you all the stuff that I'm bringing back home with me today. All right, so I have 3 main things that I'm gonna be carrying with me today, and here's what they are. First of all, we have this big suitcase here. This is gonna be the first thing that I'm packing. I say it's big, I think it's technically like a medium-sized suitcase, but all the stuff you see on the ground here is gonna go in this half of the suitcase. I've already packed the other half, but I'm gonna unpack it in a second just to show you what's in there, as well as these pockets here. And then I have my Fjallraven Kanken bag here, which I'm gonna show you the contents that's gonna go inside of that. And then down here, I have my big Patagonia travel backpack. This thing was quite expensive. I think it was like $150, but worth every penny. And this is not all going in this. This is just in this one side of the suitcase here. So obviously there is a lot of stuff to pack, but let's start with what's going in the suitcase. And I'm gonna tell you guys about it, and then I'm actually gonna put it in so you can see how I pack my stuff. Okay, so first things first, what's actually going in this bag, I have a big bag of clothes. So I don't know if y'all can see the dimensions. I'm 6'1", if that gives you any context as to how big this is. I would say it weighs 10-ish pounds if I had to give a guess, but this has the majority of my winter/fall clothes. I have a vest that you guys have seen me in a million times, a really big cardigan in here, some sweaters over here. So obviously this bag is really, really big, and I would say it has the majority of my heavy clothes in it. Next, over here on the floor, we have this little bag of memorandums that the kids have made me. This is not all of it. I actually shipped some home back at Christmas, but this is just what I'm bringing with me. Here I have a bag of masks, which I hope to not need once I get back home and get the vaccine. And then I have, what do you call this? Gator, that's what it's called, which I like to use at home. I don't use it here in Europe because it automatically makes me stand out as American. A sock, which you're gonna see I use for filler. A belt, my Eno hammock, my Birkenstocks, my Vans. This is a notebook that I have a lot of Spanish notes in, and then my journal, as well as my glasses case. And then here I have a bottle of saline for contacts, and then some contacts and some gum here, which is all gonna fit in here. Oh yeah, and my devotion right there. So all that's gonna fit in this side. This is how I do it. All right, so as y'all can see, I did it. I did work up a sweat in the process though, but yeah, it looks like everything fits, just barely, but it does fit. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what I have in the pockets. Okay, so in these 2 pockets right here, I have, in this big one, I have some watch bands. These go with my Apple Watch, just typical watch bands. And then I also have a bunch of pictures. I'm actually not gonna pull these out because they're in there quite tight, but I would say it's about yay tall, maybe. Over here I have my cologne, which normally I wouldn't carry back with me, but I really love this cologne. In this pocket right here, I have a charger for my camera, a swim cap, I don't even know why I have this, a bracelet, some other chargers, a watch band, just some miscellaneous things like that I really don't have space for anywhere else. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna try to put something else in this pocket because it's kind of empty. Now let's unzip the other side, and I'm gonna show you guys what I have in the second half of my suitcase. I love this suitcase. I think I paid like $250 for it, worth every penny. So in this side, I'm not gonna pull all this stuff out because there is a lot of it. But I have a rain jacket. Generally, I try to put things that fold up very small I try to pack them last, that way I can use them as fillers. Like I have this rain jacket, which obviously compresses. Another part of my, camera stuff, some miscellaneous underwear that I couldn't fit anywhere else, my tennis shoes, my xoxos, and then a whole nother bag of clothes. This bag is big as well. Not as big as the other one, but definitely big. One thing that I try to do with my clothes is I try to pack similar clothes in similar areas. So my other bag, the biggest one, was mainly big clothes. It was my sweaters, anything really heavy. And then the second bag over here was a lot of my t-shirts, my athletic shorts, things that wouldn't be quite so heavy. That way I could compress them down a bit smaller. Now I haven't talked about the vacuum bags yet, but I love them. They're an absolute lifesaver. I think I bought a pack of like 12 on Amazon for $10 or something 3 or 4 years ago, and I have used those things and used those things. My brother and I even share them. Like, they are so good. He's a full-time traveler. We both use this and they're incredible. Essentially how it works is you just stick your clothes inside, roll it up, and then push the air out manually. Normally I get one of the kids to help me, like I get them to sit on it or jump on it. For one, it's kind of fun for them, but two, it really does help push all the air out, and I can compress tons of clothes. If you've watched any of my other Seville videos, you've probably seen my closet full of clothes, and pretty much every single thing in my closet went into these bags. Granted, that's not all my clothes. You're gonna see the rest of it right now. But first, we're gonna have to zip up this bag to see if it actually zips up. I have no idea. Let's try it. Okay, so as y'all just saw, everything by the grace of God fits in that bag. I honestly have no idea how it all fits, but now I'm just hoping that it's less than 22 kilos, as that is the weight limit. So I don't have a scale with me, but we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope for the best. Pro tip, if you are getting close to the weight limit, pack your liquids on top. That way, oh, this is ridiculous. That way, if you do go over the weight limit, I could always pull this out. Contact solution is so cheap. I could always pull it out, throw it away, and just buy it when I get back home. Same for like face washes, or if you're carrying anything like that. So liquids go to the top. Don't pack them below everything. Pack them to where you can get to them quickly. Okay, so we have the big suitcase packed. Now it is time to pack the smaller backpacks. Let's start with the big travel backpack. So as I just mentioned a second ago, I did not pack all my clothes in my checked bag there. I also have some clothes here in this little bag, which is gonna go in the travel backpack. Again, this bag is vacuum sealed. It is smaller, as you can see. It's about the size of my torso. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe 3 feet tall, 2.5 feet tall, more or less. But this will go in the travel backpack. All I have in here is what I consider like weekend trip stuff. I have maybe 6 t-shirts. This is what I've been living out of the whole past week. I just wash these clothes at my Airbnb and wear them again in a couple days. But in this bag, I have, like I said, I think 6 t-shirts, 5 or 6. I have 2 pairs of athletic shorts and then a pair of jeans. This pair of jeans, as you can see, is quite big. It takes up a large portion of the bag here. But all in all, I mean, I would say this weighs 3-ish pounds, more or less. My big advice would be don't pack too heavy on if you're gonna carry something like this as your carry-on, because you are going to be carrying it. So this will be in my backpack right down there. You can see the edge of the screen. And I will be carrying this all through my trip. So don't pack too heavy on this. Try to go light. But again, the goal of this is once I start traveling, I don't want to touch that suitcase because I'm gonna have a whole day. I'm gonna have an overnight in Miami. So I never even want to touch that suitcase. I don't plan on opening it again until I get back home in Georgia. You want to try to have all your important stuff in your carry-on. For me, I'm taking 2 carry-ons on this trip. I'm doing my big blue backpack, like I said, and then my green Fjallraven. The blue backpack is mostly going to be my clothes and maybe my laptop, and then the green one is going to be stuff that I'm going to use during the flight. A book, my phone, earbuds, things like that. So let's pack them. Okay, so I've laid all the additional stuff out here so you guys can see it. This is the other stuff that's going in my travel backpack. Number 1, we have chargers and other electrical devices. I'm going to talk about this in a second, so don't go anywhere. I have a deck of cards. One of the most important things for me, a personal hygiene bag. You start to feel really gross after, I'm gonna say, about hour 5 of transatlantic flying. So I highly suggest you carry some like face wipes or just something to freshen yourself up a bit. Of course, your toothbrush as well, which leads me to my next point. I have my electric toothbrush here and my electric razor. And then down here, I have my immigration papers. One big piece of advice I have is keep your electric items close to the top. A lot of airports, not all, but a lot of older airports with older security systems are gonna require you to take out all your electronic devices, which means that if your electronics are in the bottom of the bag and you have a ton of stuff on top, you're gonna have to take out everything. So for what I try to do is put all the things that I'm not gonna have to take out, like my personal hygiene bag, I try to put those at the bottom and then put my electronic devices like my laptop, my razor, my toothbrush, all at the top. That way I can just pop it out really quickly and then throw it back in after security. Also, if you are having to go through immigration, do keep your immigration papers close by. I think there's nothing more annoying than having a slowpoke in the customs line. So just be courteous. Last thing I'll say about this is remember, being that this is a carry-on, you can't have items over 100 milliliters of liquid. So as an example, my face wash here can't come. All right, so let's pack all that in the bag. Number 1, we have chargers and other electrical devices. I'm going to talk about this in a second, so don't go anywhere. I have a deck of cards. One of the most important things for me, a personal hygiene bag. I have my electric toothbrush here and my electric razor. And then down here, I have my immigration papers. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. So, I don't think I can. I had to give myself some assistance there. But this is going in. As you can see, it fits beautifully. I have done this a million times. And then here I have some like pencils and other stationery items. This is totally something you could throw away if you didn't want to carry all this stuff. All right, so I've got all my goodies from the blue bag packed up. Now it's time for my last bag, probably the one that I'm going to be using the most during the trip itself, which is my small Fjallraven Kanken bag. In this bag, like I said earlier, I'm just keeping things that I'm going to use a lot during the flight. So books, my phone, anything that I plan on reaching a lot, just because it's going to be the lightest bag and it's probably going to be the one I'm going to keep under my seat. So in this bag I have, first we have a water bottle. Of course this is going to have to be emptied before you go to the airport. I have my wallet, very useful. A couple of books that I did not want to bend by putting them in my suitcase, such as my Bible, a German book, my video planning notebook, my contact case, sunglasses, my actual glasses. And then down here I have some snacks. These are going to be very useful along the flight as I'm not a huge fan of airplane food. And then lastly I have just a book that I'm reading right now. That's not absolutely everything that's going to go in that bag. I am going to put a couple more things in there, just like really small miscellaneous stuff. But that is the gist of it. And at some course of the trip, there's probably going to be some stuff that wanders from my big bag to my small bag and from my small bag to my big bag if I'm not using it. The point of the green bag is just to keep things that are light and going to be easy to carry, as that's going to be the one that I'm going to have with me the most. So let's put it all in the bag. Alright guys, so this is my last video filmed in Europe for a while. I don't know until when. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you've liked it, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to leave me a comment down below letting me know any suggestions you might have, as this video was a suggestion, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Muchísimas gracias y hasta luego desde Lisboa. Adiós.